Okay, so we're back on, are we sharing the screen? Yes. Okay, you guys can see the screen, that's good. Everything looks normal, okay. Okay, and we are recording and you guys can see my screen. So the next discussion question was to really talk about this preventative effect and how we can potentially reduce the magnitude of age-related sensory and functional declines. And this is where we start talking about how you can take better care of yourself now to prevent these things in the future. And the note on here is that most damage to the senses is caused by environmental factors. So with many of my audiences, and yes, this is nearing the end of the time of the program, but with many of the audiences, if we have time left, we go through each sense and say, well, how can we protect our vision to better reduce our, oh my gosh, what's the word? Reduce the, oh my gosh. Now I'm totally blanking. This has really thrown me off. But how can we reduce this damage to our senses? How can we reduce the damage to the senses of vision, hearing, taste, touch, and all these sorts of things? What can we do to protect ourselves? And how can we better take care of ourselves? And most of this just goes back to living a healthy lifestyle. And we talk about healthy lifestyles in so much of our extension programming. So again, this, would be a good place to plug different programming ideas or plug different things that you guys are doing in your communities. Keys to embracing aging, if you want to do a safety program or something like that. So this is really just talking about healthful lifestyles using eye protection and hearing protection and all these sorts of things that we need to be doing on a regular basis so that we can reduce the magnitude of age-related sensory and functional decline. So then that's really the end of the program, and this is where we give out the evaluation. So we are almost done, and I will go ahead and share the, okay. This is the evaluation for adult audiences, and this is really supposed to be simple. I like my evaluations to be simple, so it's just one page with some questions. Again, just very simple type of stuff. Then we ask them to list the 3 most important things you learned today. And in all of the programs that I've done, I've really have enjoyed going back through and reading the things that people have learned because it's been very impactful. People are learning to be empathetic towards older adults. People are learning and writing that I need to be more patient with my grandma. So they're not only relating this to their broader community, but also to their personal experiences, their personal lives. I've had some students write, you know, my grandma has cataracts and I never understood what that was like, but now I get it. And now I'm going to be more patient with her and more understanding and try not to get as frustrated with certain things. So I've gotten a lot of good data out of these questions, and it's really helped me see the impact that this program is having. And of course, up top, we have all of these quantitative type questions going back to the objectives of the program. This increased my awareness, my understanding. It encouraged me to think about how I can better interact with people and all these sorts of things that we really want to see from the program. And then, of course, we just have our demographic information at the bottom and ask them or invite them to leave additional comments on the back. I will share with you the adolescent evaluation is here. And this one is a little more simplified. So I learned how the 5 senses can change as you grow older. I learned how they can impact your daily life. And one thing that I've seen with other 4-H type programs or programs intended for younger audiences is this smiley face sort of Likert scale. So we've included that so that they can hopefully understand and decipher and really give us their overall interpretation of this program. And then we just ask them to list the most important thing that they learned today about aging. And this, we've gotten a lot of good responses from younger audiences in this group. And then, of course, our demographic information on the bottom. So the evaluations are very simple. And like I said, with these evaluations, you can either put them on K-Pix yourself, or you can send them to me and I will put them in. I will go back to my face here. Okay. All right. So at that, I think that's all I have for you for this program training. At this point, I would just like to open it up for questions or discussion or anything that you guys want to talk about. If you want, you guys can see me with our diabetic retinopathy glasses. So once everyone has all this gear on, oftentimes people look pretty silly because they have these glasses on, they have a cotton ball up one nostril, they have gloves on and hearing aids and all these sorts of things are so it gets kind of interesting, and we have some good pictures that we've gotten from it. So please take pictures and share them with me, and I'd be happy to put them up on the website. So at this point, like I said, I'll take any questions. I haven't seen anything. You guys are excited. That's good. I'm excited for this program. I was really excited to receive the grant money to support it because these kits are pretty expensive. I forget the exact breakdown, but they're about $270 a kit just to build the initial kit. So I was really excited to have the money to support it and to get these out for you guys. Clarissa has asked, what's the youngest audience you would recommend doing this with? And I'm really hesitant to give an exact answer on that because I feel like you guys know your audiences better than I do. And I don't want to give you and say, this is only for kids 8 and up when you know that some 7-year-olds, for example, that would be really great with this. So my recommendation is to think about your own audience and think about, you know, if this is something that would be appropriate for them. I'm not an adolescent youth specialist, so I feel unprepared or unqualified to give a specific answer because I think you guys, like I said, know your audiences best. And I know that's not a clear answer, but we are going to be doing it at Discovery Days. We've done it with high schoolers who were primarily freshmen, I believe. So we've done a lot of different age ranges, and it's been very successful. So I hope that it will be for you guys too. Okay, so we had a question about the cotton balls. Was wondering if for the smell part, if there's any other way to do it besides the cotton balls. Was wondering how well they go up and stay in the nostril. We have not had any problems with the cotton balls. I do need to mention that they are large cotton balls. So at the beginning, when we're getting all geared up, I tell them to rip it in half or just take whatever portion of it they need to put up in their nostril. And we haven't had a problem with that. So hopefully you won't either. Have you integrated relationship development discussion activities into this at all? Understanding generational differences. Let's see. So I'm not entirely sure how to answer that because I've left this so broadly open to you know, the way that you can facilitate the discussion as these people, as your participants are doing the activities. You can very much talk about that, and we do talk about it a lot actually with our younger audiences when I've done this with the high schoolers and the college students, because they end up talking a lot about their grandparents. So while we're not necessarily talking, well, I guess we are really talking about relationship development and that sort of thing, because we're talking about developing empathy for grandma and grandpa when they have cataracts or macular degeneration or hearing loss and that sort of thing. So it's not directly built into the program, but you are able to indirectly build that in through discussion. Okay. We had a question about how you access the kits. So we have 9 kits total. 1 of them will be staying on campus. 4 of them will be going to each area office. And then we have some additional floating kits. We have, 4 additional floating kits, and 2 or 3 of them have been spoken for. So, but the agents are you guys are supposed to be sharing the kits. So once you have a kit, if you get one of these floating kits, and if another agent near you wants to use the kit, I mean, it's not only your kit, we are supposed to be sharing these kits throughout the state. So I have the kits here on campus. There's one that Chucky Hessong has out in her area in the Wildcat District, I believe. But I have the kits on campus, and they are downstairs in our storage area, so I don't need to get rid of them immediately. There's 9 kits total. So I don't need to get rid of them immediately, and many people have asked, to pick them up at August update or something like that, and I'm certainly willing to deliver them to you then. They will be available at the area offices as soon as we find a way for them to get to the area offices. So the one for the Northeast area office is currently on campus in my office. I haven't taken it over to Sherilyn yet. But if someone is going to be in the area and you would like this kit, I would be willing to drop it off somewhere or meet somebody to drop it off. Oh, yes, and the Discovery Days, if you missed the very beginning, we are going to be doing this at Discovery Days, and like I said, the kits are right here on campus. So if you're going to be here for Discovery Days and you want to pick up the kit, you're more than welcome to do so. I will be around and able to get the kit and get it to you. The biggest challenge right now is just figuring out how we're going to get the kits out, because they are in these big 90-gallon tubs. So it would cost $3 billion to mail them. Okay, are there any other questions? Okay, well, I really appreciate all of you guys attending the webinar and checking out what we're doing. I've received a lot of positive feedback from people with all of our programming, but really that goes back to you guys, because you guys are the ones out there in our communities doing the programming and trying to make a difference. So thank you very much, and I appreciate all of your support and the kind words that I receive from you guys. It really means a lot to me. And as always, if there's anything I can do to help you, or if there's anything you need, you guys know how to get in touch with me. So yeah, you guys are all very, very, very welcome, and I appreciate you trying to make a difference in Kansas. So thank you, and I'm sorry for our technical difficulties. Go figure. That's the way it goes sometimes. So I appreciate you guys hanging in and being flexible with that. All right. Well, if there's not anything else, you guys know how to get in touch with me, and I will go ahead and end the Zoom. So thank you guys very much.